Hello and welcome to Weekend Sport. I'm your host, Maskepe Matsubane. You know it's 5 p.m. You know it's the weekend. It's ANN 7. It's Weekend Sport. We're talking all things football. And in the coming weeks, we've got big weekends. We've got Bafana Bafana taking on Senegal. There is SuperSport United. They're going to be playing in the CAF Confederations Cup against TP Mazembe. Big matches. And in studio today, we're going to be talking to someone who is also nominated for the Player of the Year based in Africa. So you can see it's big things. And then we've got Sundowns. And then we're going to explain why we've got this man instead of a man we wanted to have. And we're going to put them on the bonfire there, roast them nicely. But it's fine. Let me introduce you to my guest, Dean Furman, captain Bafana Bafana at some point. Now SuperSport United captain. Now CAF Player of the Year nominee based in Africa. Huh? I haven't even started with your CV. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. I keep on saying that one of the judges must like tackles because
because you're always tackling.
Because it's not often that my kind of player gets nominated for this kind of awards. I don't score many goals and I don't always get the headlines. So to be nominated, I keep saying there must be someone who loves someone who gets stuck in. But you know, I think it's obviously an individual award, and it's great to see Jeremy there. It's great to see Dennis there, and obviously Percy. But I think it's great recognition for our clubs, and certainly Sundowns over the last 2-3 years have done incredible things domestically and on the continent, and SuperSport is starting to do the same, and it's great to see that we're getting recognised for it.
And I mean, when you talk about the tackling and everything, maybe it will soon change the myth that football only awards goal scorers, because last year it was won by Dennis Wanyangwe, goalkeeper. Now you are there as part of the nominees. You know, people can start saying, okay, this is not just for goal scorers.
Yeah, I think obviously in football we all say the hardest thing to do is to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's why the strikers are paid big money, and that's why they move for the big money. So take nothing away from the goal scorers, because that is what football is all about, scoring goals and winning matches. But there's different elements to a team, and a team is made up of many components. And if we all come together, as we're seeing at SuperSport at the moment, then you can be very successful. And it's great to see that someone else, apart from us, the strikers, different positions are getting recognised.
Okay, I'm going to talk to someone who's your neighbour, because he knows something about what you guys are about to go through in the CAF tournaments. You are playing in the Confed Cup. I don't want to make a mistake there at home, because I've heard people, and we keep on hearing people say Confederations Cup. That can't be right though, right?
No.
It's one confederation, so it's Confederation Cup.
Yeah.
You know, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're a lawyer, so you know these things.
No, I'm not. Tulani, welcome. Maybe I should just put you in front of a firing squad and tell me, where is Tembazwane? Because he's supposed to be sitting where you are sitting. You're supposed to be sitting the other side.
Oh my goodness. Tembazwane, unfortunately, his grandma fell ill, and he has to sort out a few family things before he leaves, departs for the national team tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
But we do apologize. We take the show very seriously. That's why I'm here.
Okay. No. I mean, if it's something as serious as that one, then we wish, you know, Temba's grandmother's speedy recovery. But I mean, starting with you and Sundowns, because I know that you're going to be complaining that I didn't ask you this question. You guys have a chance to go back for the Puskas, eh?
Yep. Well, the moment I saw that ball hit the net, I knew. I said, Puskas, here we come. I posted as well.
I saw your tweet.
I said, Puskas, here we come again. But also, I think in South Africa now, we have a knack of producing these goals. I mean, Oscar Masuluke, and if I remember quite well, Trompo
was there as well.
But also, Mo Diouf was also nominated as well, who scored against, unfortunately, Wayne Sandilands when he was at Sundowns. So I think we've got a knack for scoring, you know, those goals. I think now it's just up to you as well to score that goal. Just try your luck, mate.
I've only got little legs. I'm not sure I can reach from the halfway line.
But I mean, your accuracy is good.
It's not bad. I have a go at Brocky and Bradley Chrobler, saying they never set the ball to me on the edge of the box. But those two keep scoring. I'm happy to do the dirty work for them and let them score the goals.
And there was that blinder you scored against Burkina Faso.
I was going to say the same thing, Bafana Bafana.
There's one every now and again. They are there hiding somewhere. They come out every now and again, but not too often. But if I get in the positions to do so, then I'm happy to let go and have a strike. But often I'm doing my defensive duty on the halfway line whilst the boys are up there scoring.
Okay, let's start with SuperSport United and the Confed Cup. You know, I don't think many people gave you guys a chance, especially you start this campaign with Stuart Baxter. He's got to leave for Bafana Bafana. Eric Tingler comes in. We know his pedigree. We know what he can do. You know, on the continent, having gathered Pirates to the final. I think they lost to Sfaxian in the final. Then comes, you know, he comes to SuperSport United. Did he have to change a whole lot of things? And also as players, you know, when he comes in, Stuart leaves. How do you respond to all these changes, knowing very well that this is something we want to achieve?
Yeah, I think first of all, the Confed Cup has been an incredible journey. And for us, you said at the start that no one really believed that we would go or we had a chance. But I think it was kind of the unknown. We'd never been there as a team. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know who we were coming up against. And I really think the TP Mazembe game away, where we drew 2-2 in the group stage, a game that we feel that we could have won. We were 2-0 down after 10 minutes. We came back, drew 2-2, and we really felt that at that moment that we can compete with the giants of African football, and that gave us a lot of belief that we can go the whole way. We saw this performance here in Tunis, and it was one of the outstanding performances of the tournament, and there's a real belief amongst this squad that we can go the whole way. So obviously there's been changes of management and the coach midway through this tournament. We had a great period under Stuart Baxter. He's a wonderful coach and really helped us as both individuals and a team. And now Eric Tinkler's come in. He's got a wealth of experience, both domestically and on the continent. And to have some of his knowledge when we're going into these games is really adds to what Stuart Baxter started with us 18 months ago.
And how was it? You're playing at a stadium like that. It's raucous. The fans, they don't give you any chance. The players as well, they're very, very aggressive. For players, I know that you've encountered this kind of situations, you know, with the national team as well. But you coming here, it's club football. But for them, it's like it's a national team. For South Africa, it's like club football, because even when you go to Lucas Moripe, the stadiums aren't, you know, always full, or, you know, not even full. But you go to these guys, the stadiums are full. The reception is just hostile. How do you guys, you know, just balance that out?
I think for us as players, these are the atmospheres you want to play in. I remember walking out for the pitch inspection before, and the fans were going wild. They were booing us. They were shining their lasers in our eyes. And instead of going into our shell, which you very easily can do, I looked around and saw the boys going, wow, this is going to be great. And we came out for the warm-up, and the stadium was filling up, and came out for kick-off, and the place was packed, and the noise that they made was absolutely incredible. But what's great for us is that we silenced the crowd, and that was one of our motivating factors. We thought we can silence this crowd, and by the end of the game 90% had left the stadium, and for an away team to go and do that on such a grand scale is a huge achievement.
Tulani, I don't know if you guys have done it, but you know, today you're just going to take a whole lot of flack. Have you congratulated SuperSport United?
No, definitely. Listen, there's a saying that says Twana Ratwana. It's a Pretoria thing, you know. So
we're the same.
We're the same in Pretoria. And hence you see it's just us who are winning more league titles, who are taking you know, CAF competition seriously, and also we're dominating Bafana Bafana as well. So Twana. The first thing we did, even before they played, we said good luck, wish them well, and when they won, we were the first teams to go and say well done, because we know.
I think I'm gonna give you a new nickname. If you don't have a nickname, I don't think you have a nickname. You never even played football.
Nah, well, I did play football, but I don't have a nickname.
Position? In
the middle, here.
Imagine.
Where is playing?
Okay, I'm gonna. You like throwing shade?
Well, I do throw shade.
All the time.
Why wouldn't I throw shade?
So I'm going to call you Babes with Shade. Like, you throw shade all the time. It's fine, okay. But it must give you pride as well as Sander. I know that you guys are rivals, you know. But to see another, you know, Tshwane side doing so well, you know, at this stage, because you guys know all about this. You've been there.
No, you see, I wish other teams all took this very serious, just as much as they do. Because, you know, for Bafana Bafana to do well, we have to do well, you know. And I was just saying to Dino there, just before the interview, that, you know, we've been to, you know, the African countries when they play league games, not as full. But Champions League is a different animal. It is packed. You saw Al Ahly at training, how they packed the training ground, you know. So we seem to be the only people, you know, who are in a fortunate position in South Africa who are not taking it as serious. This is the key to Bafana Bafana, is this. This is, you know, the CAF competitions. So
as Sander, I mean, there's already a hashtag going around, fill up Lucas Moripe Stadium. Sundowns, are you going to be wearing the blue as well?
Definitely. This is blue. You know, but
no,
I will be at the stadium.
Not this blue.
I will be at the stadium. You remember, I was at the stadium even at their games. I went to their press conferences as well, you know, because I believe that we need to stimulate the hunger, you know, also in our fans for these type of competitions.
So what are you sharing? The secrets there?
We know everything about Mazembe, okay? We'll tell you everything about them. And I'm sure you do know a little bit as well about them now. But, you know,
they must just call.
We're in a billionaires club. You know, they own the billionaire, you know, so...
What are you saying about SuperSport now?
They are rich, these people.
Is it truly?
I can't comment on those.
You don't know.
You'll have to ask the chairman.
This man is not a chairman. He says billionaires club. Okay, he will tell us more about that. Dean, let's talk Mazembe. Let's talk the final, because against, you know, Club Africain, people are going to say maybe, you know, they're big, but they're not at the level of your Al Ahly. They're not at the level of your Sfaxian, Esperance, Wydad Casablanca, but they're a good side. Now you guys have got TP Mazembe, a team that we know so well. They've played against Sundowns, lost in the Super Cup. They've played against you guys twice in the group stage, earlier in the competition. You've done well against them. Now, when you go for this one, you obviously have to look back at those two games that you played, the game against Sundowns. But in terms of homework, how far are you?
Well, not very far, because we're going into Bafana Bafana first, and then we'll start preparing for the Confed final. I know the club are taking the boys up to Rustenburg, up to the facility up there, because they've got a 3G AstroTurf pitch up there, which is what we're going to play. So I think the boys are going to camp up there for 3 or 4 days leading up to the final. So the club are leaving no stone unturned. They're going the extra mile to make sure that we're fully prepared. I know how the coach works, and in the week leading to the game, he'll be preparing us for what we're going to encounter in TP Mazembe. And it's going to be tough, there's no doubt about it. It's a tight stadium. The fans are incredibly passionate. From the moment you get off the plane and get on your bus, you're getting the slit throats and the spanking, and they all say 3-0. But it's inspiring, it's great, because for us, we love to get into that kind of atmosphere, that kind of environment, and prove people wrong. So the last time we went there, we got applauded off the pitch, which was a special moment for us. And again, I talk about the moments in the tournament that led us to believe that we can do it, and that was one of them. They were incredibly hostile, but at the end they were clapping us off the pitch. So it's a place we know we can go and perform. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be probably 3 o'clock in the baking heat in DRC. The fans are going to be probably not as nice this time to us.
They're not going to be nice. I was going to ask you that. There's a game that, sorry to cut you, there's a game that Pirates played there. You remember when Senzo came back, the late Senzo Meyiwa came back, they were crying.
Yeah, yeah.
They, you know, some of the broadcasters had their camera, I think, you know, your SABC, they had their cameras confiscated and all these things. It was tough. So you must expect hell, my friend. Are you ready?
At Supersport, we talk, one of our team things is we talk about Spartans, the film Spartans, where it's 300 against an army of thousands, and that's really something that we've got instilled in us. It's that we're up against it. We are up against it, against all the odds. Take Tunisia, for example, the stadium we wanted to train at the night before we were allowed to train in the stadium. They closed the gates on us. We went to another pitch. They turned the floodlights off. We love being up against it, and that's what we thrive on. And when we talk about Spartans, that's what makes us stronger.
Tulan, you know all about the situation. You were there. We were in Egypt. You guys didn't have training pitches. You didn't have pitches that had lights. I mean, from your experience, what can you impart with SuperSport? You
know, it won't get any easier. Take it from us, even at with Mazembe. Their owner and our owner are friends, close friends. But come match week, they forgot about that. We could not train. We could not do our warm-up properly. We couldn't go to the change room at half-time. So these things that will be stacked against you. But if you're South African, I think we've got big hearts. You know, such testing things bring out the best in us. And we're very encouraged to see you doing the same as well. So we hope that that spills off to Bafana Bafana against Senegal. Because we really need that. We really got to the World Cup.
There's a question I want to ask both of you, because it's something that we always get on social media whenever South African teams play on the continent. That are we perhaps too nice to these teams from up there on the continent? Because whenever South African teams go there, you guys come back complaining that the hotels are not nice, the referees are bad, the pitching, we don't have training. But when these guys come here, it's like they went to Hollywood. Some of them, I remember one coach didn't even want to go back. He he decided to disappear. They say they saw him at some strip club.
Yeah.
They're just having fun. Are we too nice here? Dean?
I think as a nation we're very hospitable. Everyone wants to come to South Africa. Everyone wants to see the country. We know how friendly the people are. So possibly we're maybe too hospitable to these away teams.
Because you know, you get there, Dean, you're talking about this throat slits. They don't get that here.
Yeah, no, not at all. I think it's all about intimidation, and that's how their fans over there are. They try and intimidate you. They try and make you nervous. They try and make you scared of playing, scared of getting on the ball, scared of expressing yourself. For us as players, we have to rise above it. We have to be big. We have to be strong. We have to have a strong mentality, and we have to have a strong group that thinks, you know what, we'll prove you wrong. And I think that's exactly what Sundowns did. In the Champions League, which is an incredible achievement, and that's what we're aiming to do here. And again, we'll be up against it. We know it. We know as soon as we get to DRC, there's going to be some fun and games, but we have to look past it and believe in what we do when that whistle goes, that we're going to be successful.
I want your answer as well, because I know that you are one of the guys who have a hand in preparing when these teams come here. You are part of the guys that decide that, okay, we're going to take them to some nice hotel in Sandton. We're going to have them train at some nice... Why don't you guys take them to... I don't know, man. Just take them to Malakapa and start there.
Here's the thing. I give you an example. We played against Zamalek in the group stages. And they hosted us first. And they were very nice. Because they knew they must come back this side. So we were nice, equally nice. Then
that was early in the competition.
In the competition.
Yeah.
And then later in the competition, now, we're in the final. They changed on us. They changed completely, 360, you know. Even a gentleman that we're dealing with when we were this side said, no, but you said everything is sorted. He said, no, me? No, you don't speak English. So, like, okay. Yeah, so it's part of, I think it's part of the mentality as well. You know, as you can see on the pitch as well, North Africans will dive and fall to waste time. So I don't think we have that in us, in the South Africans. We're very fair in play by the book.
Let's talk about the cups that you guys have already won and then compare to this one. Because Sundowns, when they went to the Champions League final, they said, nothing we've won compares to this one. This is the Holy Grail. This is what Patrice Motsepe wanted for the longest of time, ever since he bought that club. The first press conference he had, he said, I want this team to win the Champions League, and they did. Now, you guys, you've just won the MTN 8, you've won the Nedbank Cup, you've won the Telkom Knockout before, you've won everything there is to win in South Africa. You are in the CAF Confed Cup final. How does it compare? Does it even compare to all the cups that you've won, maybe personally in your career?
Well, first of all, winning cups is special. Whether it's domestic, whether it's on the continent, it's incredibly special to win a trophy. And let's not take anything away from our domestic trophies, because they're hugely competitive. The cup competitions are always exciting, and you want to lift that silverware in your own country. So it's always special to lift silverware. But if we look at this competition that we've been involved in, it's a competition that's probably going in, by the time we come to the final, maybe it's 10th or 11th month. So it's nearly a year. We're going into our 17th and 18th game. So we're talking 2/3 of a domestic league season. We have travelled up and down the length of the continent. I mean, if I take Guinea, for example, we flew to Dubai, out of Africa, spent the night in the airport, flew over to Guinea. We don't have a private jet, so we're not flying straight there. I don't know about you guys.
Some guys can.
What happened to your jet?
I don't know about you guys. I think you were using it.
You guys have a jet?
Hey guys, so Papa have a jet. Believe me.
There's no jet at Supersport. So when you take all these elements into account, and as you've discussed, like the difficult circumstances that we're put under when we go away, to go all the way in this competition would just be that little bit more special, because of everything that has gone into getting us to this position so far, and we want to go all the way.
Now, Sundowns are suffering right now. I know Tulani may not like this, but they're suffering. They played well in the Champions League. They won it just like Pirates. I don't know if the wheels came off, if it's fatigue, whatever it is. They lost 3 matches in a row. Sundowns fans started saying, Pitson must go.
Very unloyal fans.
Imagine. Now, how do you guys now balance this one, Dean? because you are winning everything, but the league is still just as important. Because I know that you guys, just like Sundowns, you like being in the CAF tournaments.
It's tough. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you look at our league standing at the moment, we're 5 games behind the majority of the league. When we play our final, that's 2 more games we've just cancelled, so we're going to be 7 games. So now you've got to find somewhere to put it in, and I've seen the board in the coach's room where the games are put in. I actually don't know where there's space to fit these games. We're going to have to play Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday some weeks. So it's going to be an incredible shift, and for us, we want to be successful in the league as well. That's one that's eluded us, especially since I've been here. And I know for a number of years at Supersport, we haven't won the league. I think dating back to the 3 in a row that the club won. So we're desperate to kind of really put in a good lead push. We were right at the top for 2/3 of last season, and we fell away sadly at the end. So we're trying to balance the two. It's not going to be easy, and we're going to have to use our squad as best we can. And we do have some players who are kind of chomping at the bit for game time, and hopefully those players are going to come right to the front of the team and really put up their hand and make their presence felt in the coming weeks.
So you feel the league is the one, because you're saying ever since you came here, you haven't won it, you've won cups. So the league is that one.
The league doesn't lie. The league never lies. The team who wins it is the best team. The team who gets relegated, unfortunately, is the worst team. Over the course of the season, it levels itself out. Whereas a cup competition, again, taking nothing away, you can win penalties, you can get a lucky goal. But over the course of a season, your best team's going to win the league, and that is what we want to be. We want to be the best team, and I know Sundowns want to be the best team. I know Vits do. I know Chiefs, Pirates. There's a host of teams, Cape Town City, who are all challenging for the title. Baraka, who are at the moment Arrows. So let's not disrespect anyone. So the league never lies, and where you finish, that is a true reflection of your season, and certainly the league is one that we are desperate for.
But with the squad that you guys have, do you feel it can happen?
I do believe so. At the moment, we're hitting targets that we've set ourselves in the early stage of the season, despite our fixture list and our schedule. I believe that we have the squad to compete at the top end of the league. We know how to win big games, which is going to be huge when I call it the business part of the season, the final 5 to 10 games. So I do believe that we have the squad. I believe we have the mentality, and I believe if we continue on the path that we go in, then we can be very difficult to beat.
Tulani, back to Sundowns, not Supersport, not Bafana, Sundowns. Before I go to Bafana, what's happening with the ref? Because I know Coach Peter Musimani is not happy with the officiating in the last couple of matches. Is it something that you guys have said and spoken about? And I heard that he was contemplating Ugesh sending a letter to the PSL. Where are you guys in terms of the decisions? Because one of the videos that I've put up and intentionally so was that of Malongwane, and the coach is still not happy with that one. Where are you guys in terms of that?
We've actually sent the letters to the PSL and SAFA, just to alert them.
What's in the letter?
It's moments in the games, Nomfete goal, the offsides which are called against Pesita, which are not offsides. I think once you play in the continent and you come back here and you experience the same officiating, it becomes very difficult to take. And you look at the games we lost against Amazulu, against Chiefs, the officiating was shocking, to say the least. So that at least we have to highlight it. I mean, Sundowns have been very unfortunate with officiating, but against Chipa we lost fair and square, good officiating. So we're credit
Samuel Julius, your former player.
Yeah, I know. We're blessers of this league. All these clubs have got former players of Sundowns. If you look at every team, former players, even I'm sure there's former players at your team as well.
There is, yeah.
So, but
Clayton Daniel.
And Luke is doing well as well. And I think this officiating thing is to improve. The PSL must stand up, either professionalize it, like other countries, because it will kill the game.
Do you feel targeted though, as a team, honestly?
Yeah, I do. We do. And sometimes it's maybe because we talk too much. People can say, I mean, if we don't like something, we say it. Peter is the same, I'm the same, the club is the same. If it's wrong, it's wrong, it's red, it's red, it's blue, it's blue. So sometimes we just keep quiet and say, well, we'll take it. But I don't think it's in us. We're not going to keep quiet about that.
Okay. Then let's talk Bafana. 2 big games against Senegal, but I'm not going to talk about the second one that's going to be away, because if the nation loses the first one, it's all over. Yeah. Now you've got Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane next week Friday. It's a big one. You guys are going to be joining camp on Sunday evening. In terms of the mentality, because you're going to need something else there. And I was talking to you in the makeup room that this is no longer about talent. It's no longer about how skillful one is. There's going to be character needed. The aggression has got to come out.
It's huge. What a game. And I'm sure I can speak on behalf of everyone who's been selected and everyone who's not been selected. These are the games you want to play in. These are the big games. This is the reason that we took up football in the first place. These are the ones you dream about. Hopefully a full stadium game where is basically a cup final for us, because we have to win it. So we lose, we're out. It's a cup final. And we're going to have to fight. We're going to have to fight. We know the circumstances. We know what we have to do. We know we have to win both games. I think for me, we have to, at the very minimum, at least take it to Senegal. We have to win this game, at least take it to Senegal and just have a battle out in Senegal. So we're going to have to work extremely hard this week. Looking forward to getting to camp. I know the boys in Europe will be playing today and tomorrow, so I'm sure they'll get there on Monday. And we've got to get our head down, work extremely hard with the coach. And, you know, the boys did it last time. I was injured, but what a performance. Whether it was taken away from us or not, we put in a great performance. You look at the second goal, was a fantastic goal. And then in the second half, some of the defensive play showed that grit and determination and strength that we can show. So for us going into this game, we can look at that game and think, right, we can do this. We can beat Senegal.
But just to cut you, we don't need this performance against Cape Verde.
I've got to be honest with you, this performance in particular wasn't a bad performance. Now, if you look at this, the guy puts the ball into the top corner from 30 yards out.
Sunderland is seeing tough times this season, eh?
Crackers.
So they didn't have anything in the game, and this performance was. So sometimes the performance is skewed based on the result, but let me not make excuses. We lost the game, and that is not good enough for us. The 2 games we were in pole position in the group, and let me not make any excuses. We lost the game. It hurt us like you wouldn't believe, and we now have an opportunity to put that right. And the only way to put it right is to go and win these next 2 games and qualify for Russia.
Because the fans at home, and my producer's going to kill me right now. The fans at home are asking on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Can you, as the former captain who is part of the leadership in the team, can you tell us that we can go to Polokwane and win this game? Can we win this one?
I believe we can. One of the things that I always think, I do believe we hype up the opposition in this country, and we detract from ourselves a little bit. For instance, going to Nigeria. When we've just gone there, we've never won in Nigeria. All these superstars, all these players playing in the EPL and wherever else they're playing. What did we do? We went there and put in one of our greatest performances, and it could have been 3 and 4. So let's not think, oh, it's the mighty Senegal. Let's respect them because they are a top side on the continent. They've got top players playing in some great leagues. Absolutely. But we have some talent in this country, and we have the ability to go and win this game as we did last time, which has sadly been taken away from us.
Okay, I'm going to end with Tulani. Quickly, my producer's going to kill me. We're winning, right? Yeah. Yes, no? Yes.
No, definitely winning.
Okay,
definitely.
Thank you. Tulani wants to continue. I'm not going to let him continue because next week, Friday, you've got to watch the match. It's going to be at the Peter Mokaba Stadium. It starts at 7 p.m. Bafana Bafana versus Senegal. And then there's going to be the big ones. 17 November, away in the Congo is TP Mazembe versus SuperSport United. That's the CAF Confed Cup final. And then on the 24th of November, that's the big one. It's going to be at the Lucas Moripe Stadium. It's like 30 kilometers from where I am right now. The hashtag is there already. Fill up Lucas Moripe Stadium. I'm going to be there. Dean is going to give me a blue shirt so that I can just gain free entry. No problem. Because we don't like paying. It's fine. Well, this has been a live broadcast of Weekend Sport from me, Maskepe Matsabane, the rest of the team. Hi, Babaroko.